a parent to come talk to us. We're gonna step off of IEPs for a second in my presentation and move to our parent section so that she can get to what she needs to get to after us. And then we'll take a break after that, and then we'll come back. Okay, so you get to take the break from me because I don't know if I'm stressing you out, but you just did it while you start talking and feel very good, and then we'll go back to talking about hard stuff after.
So those of you that love agendas and following agendas, I apologize. Not much I can do because we do need to be a little bit adaptable. I've invited a friend, a coworker, and her son to come up, and the general framing that I gave them was, what has happened in school with your IEP and future planning that was looking ahead, not just finishing high school. So, was there part of IEP, and are you working with your school on something of just not getting to those graduation requirements? Has it looked at like something more? And so that's the general big scope I gave them. So I didn't brief them on exactly what to say. So, but I would like you to welcome Elise and Carol.
I'm Elise. So, yes, we are kind of doing an agenda, sorry. It's hot today, and my daughter fainted in school. So, we have to go to the doctor after this, so sorry about that. So we're going to talk about what's happening after school. So we just had his IEP. He goes to East. His diagnosis is he has sickle cell anemia and ADHD. So we in Madison, I'm not sure about what other school districts have for programming after school. So what he is looking to do after school is do the Campus Connect program for him. So that's kind of what he has got going for after high school for his IEP goals. He's a junior this year, so he's 16. So his first semester next year he'll apply to the Campus Connect program and hopefully get in. That's the goal here. With sickle cell, he needs, like, some of the things that he has to do is he has to stay close to a bigger hospital. So right now, for me, being so young, with him being a senior, the University Hospital is close to home still. And healthcare needs, and then still being able to have a counselor. And I've had one kid go through Campus Connect already. I think it's a good program, it works well, so being able to have a case manager with Campus Connect. Do you all know, I guess I should say, what Campus Connect is? I don't know if other places have Campus Connect, you know?
No, I don't think it's I don't know what, well, I don't know, I guess I'm not as familiar with other districts. I know when I was an undergrad many years ago, Eau Claire, the Iowa College there, had a support program where students, they graduate, they participate in the graduation ceremony with their class, but they're still able to receive special education service. So with Campus Connect, we have an MMSD teacher, we have two actually, and I think there's a special ed assistant as well. That's their school, their base where they work, and so students exit high school and then they go on to take courses at Madison Area Technical College. They're still able to kind of receive more services through special education than they would if they were just, graduated, received their diploma, went to MATC. There's the Disability Resource Services, which I speak highly of at MATC. They're great, but there's, it's so dependent on students' self-advocacy skills. Eric Hartz is one of the teachers. He's assigned as the case manager, so he's able to work with the student, meet with them regularly, help develop those advocacy skills and increase the skills. And so it's students may stay there through the age of 21. Some kids finish. Some kids, are comfortable. They don't need the support, so they say, I'm done with MMSD. Special education, ready to go, work with ADA and 504 and those types of things. So it's been a good program.
Shannon?
I was going to mention is if by some chance you don't get into Campus Connect, you can recreate. There are lots of ways in which you can kind of recreate a pretty close enough program. So, I know that the capacity of Campus Connect is sometimes dependent on funding and other things, but that's not the only way to kind of have a dual enrollment and support through other agencies if it were to come to that.
Oh,
Because that's what my son did.
Oh, thank you.
So there's other options that Chan can help you with. Terry, yeah. Why, can I ask you why you want to go to Madison College?
Mostly because it's like close for now, and like close to the hospital, still around family, so I can have like support around me, and so I can like get help with the program too, like not just on my own.
Do you know what you want to start studying, or is there stuff you're interested in?
I like medical, like a doctor, or like carpentry, hands-on stuff, like with woodworking.
Cool, and probably it sounds like you're going to have a lot better options to try out those skills at MATC than in high school. Awesome. James, did you have a question?
Yes, personally, I just want to say I'm glad you are going with that path of Campus Connect. When I was a junior and senior in high school, I took community college courses while in high school. And one of the things that going to that really taught me was one of the biggest mistakes I saw my teachers make in high school during IEP meetings, and that was my high school teachers tried to predict social aptitude after high school based on how I functioned in that setting with those groups and all that in school. And what going to community college taught me was that the social world after whatever you do in high school is so different that teachers cannot predict social competency after high school. And it was amazing to see just how many different things I experienced in community college that the teachers were completely oblivious in high school about.
So how did you guys come across Campus Connect? How did you move from we need to make sure that Terrell does math and English, language arts, and all that he has this curriculum, this academic curriculum that you need to finish. How did you move that IEP from you need to finish these academic curriculums to we want to look at Campus Connect to move forward?
Well, actually, he scores really low on his, what's the testing that they do at UW, the psych testing, the testing that you get done to help with his IEP, neuropsych.
Okay.
It says that those are his worst subjects, but actually those are his best subjects, and Terrell, for whatever reason, excels in maths, and he seems to like them a lot. I'm not sure why I'm not good at them, and so he seems to be doing really well with them, and I think with his healthcare needs, having to see hematology and doctors and stuff all the time, he just seemed to kind of want to take that path, and he just seems to like it. So I think that's the kind of path that he just decided thinks that he wants to take, and then at the technical college it's more affordable to start out that way, and then he can just still take the transfer courses, so if he does change his mind, he's still in the transfer, he's not wasting money. When I first started college, I thought I wanted to do this, and then I switched after a year, so even if he wants to switch, he'll be in the transfer program anyway, so he has a little bit of time to figure out what he wants to do.
Anything else either of you would like to say about that whole planning ahead while you're in high school, that it's not just about getting through high school, but it's about your life? Anything you want to say to any other teenagers that are out there, or any other parents that are out there?
for me, I think for the IEP, it's about not getting frustrated and taking the time to understand it, because with my first son, I was extremely frustrated, didn't understand, and I just kind of gave up. And I felt like until I got a good case manager at East, and she sat down with me and took a lot of time and started to explain to me and told me, no, these are actually your rights, it's okay. And she took a lot of time with me and explained to me, no, you have the right to ask for this, you don't have to give up. And until I had someone that explained that stuff to me, it wasn't just, nope, we gotta get it done, rush, 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 rush. Because I was really frustrated with the teacher, and she told him, don't come back, he doesn't have to come back to my class. And I said, you can guarantee my child will never step foot back in your class again. And I went back to the school, and instead of getting mad and raising my voice, I was able to have a sit-down conversation and say, this is the reason why my child will never come back to your class. My kid is coming home in tears every day. And I was able to then voice why I wanted, and I was able to have a sit-down meeting without me yelling and raising my voice and screaming, because I found out it really didn't get me anywhere besides me being angry. And then I knew what my rights were, because I didn't understand. Yes, they gave me a booklet, but that didn't help me any. The booklet didn't. It was a waste of trees. So just being able to then find out there were people that were able to help me and not give up, because I felt helpless with this big old piece of paper that really did me no good, until someone sat down and explained to me, and just not giving up. Because kids in special education just sometimes just need a little bit of extra help. So just telling parents not to give up. It is frustrating at times, and just not give up. Your kid deserves that education.
In my day job, before I retired, I worked for the technical college system office. And even though I was on their IT staff, I was also, because of my history with volunteering in the autism community, I worked on their autism team that developed the booklet for the staff on how to interact with people on the autism spectrum. And one of the things that I took away from that was how important it is to have some kind of written record up front when you're going to school. Like when Terrell, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, when Terrell goes to school, it would be really helpful to have a very brief letter of introduction, almost like a job resume, that you can share with his teachers or the other staff when you come into, like, even the Disability Resource Center, so that you have, like, the fact that he has the sickle cell anemia and any other issues that you have, Terrell, that you can share, that shows that you have done some thinking up front to summarize, to bring the information with you, because that shows future planning. Many students don't do that, and they come in and expect to be able to talk to people and have them remember what you've told them, where it's so much easier if you have some thoughtfully written documentation to bring right away, that you are seen as much more professional, much more prepared. So I would really highly recommend that you do that. Sit down and figure out exactly what you would like people to know about Terrell, and probably keep it to 1 page or less. And bring that with you when you go wherever you are going, even back to high school, wherever, so that you have something to share that people can look at and remember when they've seen about 15 other people that day, that you have something written to bring with you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Nancy. Marcel.
I just wanted to say thank you for what you said. I have cerebral palsy, and I go into the schools and teachers don't want to talk to me. And then they try to talk to my son who has autism, and it does not work. Or they assume that I don't understand, or that I don't speak English because I'm fluent in Spanish, and I even work for DVR. I just like to sit through some of these meetings. So please don't give up.
It's frustrating. It is frustrating. Oh, and I have to put a plug. People that have DVR services that don't use them, I will say DVR has done a lot for our family, and just DVR is underused, I think. I mean, they're overused and underused, I guess. Let me clarify that. Like, if you don't use your DVR services, there's a lot of families that just don't call their DVR, because I work for Sons of Promise, and a lot of my families just don't call their DVR people and don't use them. But if you use them, they can really help you. They've helped us a lot. They really have. And the kids that, I feel like some of our kids could be farther along if they would use their DVR workers and their families. So that's my plug.
Gloria?
Yeah, I would really say for a lot of families, and I'm sure you can speak to that, when you have children that you find out yourself have special needs or things that are more attentively needed going in, it's overwhelming already. And then to have to explain your child to other people is overwhelming. And then to hear other people tell you about your child and they'll ask you what you think about your child is overwhelming. You can imagine what service and resources people are even thinking to utilize. A lot of families that I've worked with, and even my own family, are not familiar with the DVR services until it's brought to the table. And it's so many things you have to complete and do when it comes to the IEP. You feel as though everyone is telling you what to do versus listening to what it is that you need for your child. So advocacy is really important. Self-advocacy is more important. You know, you can have a good case manager, but if you don't really know what you're supposed to know, then they could be actually dictating what the outcome could be, and that might not be the best for your child. And so it's really important that, for my learning, is that I have a 10-year-old grandson, and I have a 19-year-old son who also came out of these. And it was important for me to hear what their thoughts were. Some of the meetings for IEPs, I took them with me, and let them sit in and help explain to others what their experience is like, working with the students, the teachers, and how they had to go into alternative programs because the regular school system didn't have the patient for the IEP plan that was implemented in the classroom setting. So it's challenging, it's overwhelming as well.
James?
Fine, so just to refresh my memory, what are you hoping to study at the college you're going to?
I like carpentry, so I
Carpentry?
like building houses, or I like woodworking.
One thing that I think also you should try to ask when you're in school, and you can definitely help with this too, is what are the unspoken social expectations of working in carpentry? I have a friend with autism. I've done a lot of jobs working with her in her music career. She wanted to become a music therapist. She went to college and finds out her senior year, she's just about to get a degree, finds out that because of her autism, she lacks certain social prerequisites that the state deems mandatory in order to become a certified music therapist, and is denied her certification. She's flat out told after her parents spent money to go to college, because you lack certain social skills, the state of New Jersey, the state where she's from, has decided that you are inherently unfit to ever be a music therapist, and we're gonna deny you that licensure, and we're not gonna even let you go into any internships. And her family was very upset, and said, if you knew that she was inherently ineligible to become licensed, why did you even accept her in the major in college? And I just tell that story because it helps me realize, colleges need to be more aware of those unspoken social requirements and need to be vocal to our young people with autism before they accept people into programs.
Jan?
I just wanted to do a huge shout out to DVR. Because DVR made my son's plan, essentially, from basically 10th grade on. Second shout out to Disability Resource Services at Madison College. As soon as you can get connected to them, the advisors there are so knowledgeable, they will anticipate questions that you didn't even know you had, and can suggest courses of study that are specific to your interests and the the major you think you might want to pursue. Or if you're undecided, to say, well, here are the different things you could do to keep your options open. They have by far been so helpful in terms of not just academic planning, but also vocational planning, and having the Madison College Disability Resource piece together with DVR. If you have those, and then if you're going to be a junior and then a senior, so you've got at least 2 years.
No, he's a senior
Oh,
next.
senior.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's 16, but he'll be a senior next year.
A senior next year, so you have 1 year of, unless you stay in 1821, another year of an IEP. The IEP should be the post-secondary transition plan component, along with the academic and career plan component, can all be synchronized with your individual plan for employment from DVR, and whatever advice you are able to get from Madison College, so that it actually is a seamless plan. And so so try not to use too many acronyms, but basically, if you get concrete information from DVR and from MATC, that helps a lot to direct specifics in the IEP if there are people on the team that may not be as familiar with those post-secondary options.
I have to say this out loud, because I did work for DVR, and I've had their services. They are a wonderful program, however, you need to review all the documents, you have to be extremely proactive. I've seen them do the most amazing things, and I've seen them destroy another client's life because they put them in the wrong spot, and they can't handle it, and they fall apart, and they lose what they have. You really have to look at it that way. It can be an extremely beneficial experience, but it can go to rock bottom too. All the case managers are extremely overworked. I was from Milwaukee. Every counselor I worked with had a minimum caseload of 200 to 250 people. We work primarily with boomers. So please, try the process, but you have to realize that they can only do so much. There's limited funding, and you have to have somebody on the side who can say, look at this, please consider it, and try, but be honest and be realistic.
Well, he's in a special program with Promise, so
Yeah,
he's got a really good piece.
It's not just that, it's just in general. The only reason I say that because I saw people who were quadriplegics who got full-time jobs, could not move, couldn't do anything. And then you saw that the kid who had almost extremely high IQ and they couldn't play something. So you really have to narrow your interests down and be proactive.
Thank you.
Thanks.
One last thing, do you have a summer job, Terrell, or anything planned for the summer?
Yeah, I have an internship.
He's got a Wanda Fillmore internship through the city.
Oh, great, that's wonderful. The reason I mentioned that though is, you said you're interested in carpentry. Do you have your own carpentry tools, and have you done some things and built stuff?
I've took classes at my school.
Because there's the maker spaces that Sector 67 and the Bodgery, have you heard of those?
Okay,
They're-
we'll connect you guys.
What?
I'll make sure that you guys get connected.
My daughter is a member of the Bodgery, which I think that when she started, it cost $25 a month. And they have all the tools. They have all the carpentry tools and everything. And you go there and you can use the tools, and they have some people there that train you on how to use them as part of the fee. The Sector 67 has a lot more stuff. And he can give you some, but they have summer programs for people who are in high school that are a lot cheaper. And you can learn how to use all different kinds of equipment there. It's, they call them maker spaces. It's basically a place where you can get a membership and use every kind of tool you ever thought of.
I'll make sure that you guys connect through email so you can get her the details for that.
Okay.
And the connections for that.
Yeah, it's, they're on the east side too, really close to East High School, so they're probably close to where you live.
So just one of the things before we let you continue on with your family's life. One of the things just comes to mind is the fact that it really does, we have to start to think outside of the box. That we have to think beyond the IEP. We have to think who else can talk to the IEPs in the social cognition realm. What are we looking at beforehand? What do you like? Well, how can you get there? And what's the best route? Is the best route to be in high school for 4 years, for 6 years? Is it to do a dual enrollment somewhere? Let's look at all these options so that you can succeed to the best that you want to succeed to. Because it should be about your life and the life that you want to live and the life that you have in front of you. Thank you both very much for coming and sharing with us today. And I know that you have to get on the